today in the room. Hey everybody. So yeah, my name is Natasha Young, and my fitness journey started about 7 years ago. This middle picture, I was 21, graduating from college. And when I started college, I was 262 pounds, and I'm sure I put on way more than the freshman 15, especially over a 4-year period. So basically, I've struggled with my weight my entire life. And as you can see by all these photos, I've put in a lot of work. So my fitness journey started in December, backtrack. In December of 2012, I had a conversation with my sister, who was graduating from the police academy in Arlington, Virginia. And it was a very bittersweet moment for me, because for my entire life, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a cop. But at a very young age, I convinced myself that I couldn't do it, because I was too fat. I used to tell myself, like, who are you going to chase down the streets at your weight? So, you might as well try to figure out something else to do with your life. So at that moment, while my sister's graduating, she said to me, there's a guy that lost 200 pounds to get into the academy because this was his dream. So if he can do it, you can do it. And I thought, yeah, okay, you're right, I can do that. And I went home and didn't do it. Kind of sat around. And then about 8 months later, my brother gave me a call and said, I know you've been wanting to lose weight, and I have this video downloaded on my computer. When you come visit me in a week, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, awesome. So he downloads a program called Insanity onto my computer. It was a bootleg version, of course, so I had no idea that it was affiliated with Beachbody at all. It was just Sean T on my screen. And I had asthma. So I did the fit test that first 18 minutes, and I had 3 asthma attacks. And, but I stuck with it because of sibling rivalry. How many of you have siblings? You know what this is all about. And my brother's in the military, so he's like a man's man. And he's like, I can't do those power jumps. Well, at 292 pounds, I decided that's what I was gonna do. So I had a lot of success. I finished Insanity, did T25, did P90X3, did a slew of other programs. And at the end of it, on the left side, I lost a total of 113 pounds. Thanks. But the story doesn't ever just end there, does it? Like, we never just have this straight, just like they were saying earlier, there's never just this straight line to success. But I got it in my head, I did it, like I know what I'm doing, and I kind of fell off, and life happened. My marriage turned south, and I was in South Carolina with no friends, no family, and I made a decision to move back to Florida. I'm originally from here, and I moved back to Florida, and 2 months after coming back, I was homeless.
Wow.
But what I did is I leaned into my Beachbody family. And I went through this divorce. I was struggling with depression. I was doing my workouts. I never missed a workout. That had become like brushing my teeth, like breathing air. That was something I just couldn't miss. But my food, I didn't really care as much. I was also unemployed at the time, so I was really just trying to scrape by. As a result of being unemployed and homeless, I ended up having to move into a home with my ex-husband and lived there for 3 years. And in that time, you see the pictures on the right. I gained 50 pounds back. And then this year in January, I made a decision that I needed to fight for myself, that I was worth it, and that I wasn't going to let anybody else or my circumstances define who I was. And so I'm not back to my weight loss of 113 pounds down to 179 from 292 pounds. But this year, after recommitting to myself, I have lost 30 of the 50 pounds that I put on. So it's not easy. It's never easy. But if you're in this room and you're struggling and you've lost weight and you've gained weight, and like they said, life has happened, you have to realize that you are worth the fight. That you have to get up every single day and push play and use the containers even though you think you got it down, or use 2B mindset and do your bunny ears. Water first, veggies most. And just never give up. There's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have moments where you might put on a few pounds and you might, go back and lose it. But don't, in those moments, don't get sucked into that guilt of like, oh, I screwed it up again. I fell off track yet again. I gained weight again. And in addition to that, that scale does not define who you are.
Woo!
That's it.